Tyson frowned. So he put a crack in the floor? The skeletons attacked us, I said. Nico told them to go away, and the ground just opened up and swallowed them. Nico... I looked around to make sure no one was listening. Nico is the son of Hades. Tyson nodded thoughtfully. The god of dead people. Yeah. So the Nico boy is gone now? I guess. I tried to search for him this spring, so did Annabeth, but we didn't have any luck. This is a secret, Tyson, okay? If anyone else found out that he was the son of Hades, he'd be in danger. You can't even tell Chiron. The bad prophecy, Chiron said. Titans might use him if they knew. I stared at him. Sometimes it was easy to forget that, as big and childlike as he was, Tyson was pretty smart. He knew that the next child of the big three gods, Zeus, Poseidon, or Hades, who turned 16, was prophesied to either save or destroy Mount Olympus. Most people assumed that meant me. But if I died before I turned 16, the prophecy could just as easily apply to Nico. Exactly, I said. So, mouth sealed, Tyson promised, like the crack in the ground. I had trouble falling asleep that night. I lay in bed listening to the waves on the beach and the owls and monsters in the woods. I was afraid once I drifted off I'd have nightmares. See, for half-bloods, dreams are hardly ever just dreams. We get messages. We glimpse things that are happening to our friends or enemies. Sometimes we even glimpse the past or the future. And at camp, my dreams are always more frequent and vivid. So I was awake around midnight, staring at the bunk bed mattress above me, when I realized there was a strange light in the room. The saltwater fountain was glowing. I threw off the covers and walked cautiously towards it. Steam rose from the hot salt water. Rainbow colors swirled and swimmered through it, though there was no light in the room except for the moon outside. Then, a pleasant female voice spoke through the stream. Please deposit 1 drachma. I looked over at Tyson, but he was snoring. He sleeps about as heavy as a tranquilized elephant. I didn't know what to think. I'd never gotten a collect iris message before. 1 golden drachma gleamed at the bottom of the fountain. I scooped it up and tossed it to the mist. The coin vanished. Oh, Iris, goddess of the rainbow, I whispered. Show me, whatever you need to show me. The mist shimmered. I saw the dark shore of a river. Wisps of fog drifted across the black water. The beach was strewn with jagged volcanic rock. A young boy squatted at the riverbank tending a campfire. The flames burned an unnatural blue color. Then I saw the boy's face. It was Nico D'Angelo. He was throwing pieces of paper into the fire. Mythomagic trading cards, part of the game that he'd been obsessed with last winter. Nico was only 10, or maybe 11 by now, but he looked older. His hair had grown longer, it was shaggy and almost touched his shoulders. His eyes were dark, his olive skin had turned paler. He wore ripped black jeans and a battered aviator jacket with several sizes too big, unzipped over a black shirt. His face was grimy and his eyes a little wild. He looked like a kid who'd been living off the streets. I waited for him to look at me. No doubt he'd get a little angry, start accusing me of letting his sister die. But he didn't seem to notice me. I stayed quiet, not daring to move. If he hadn't sent this iris message, who had? Nico tossed another trading card into the blue flames. Useless, he muttered. I can't believe I ever liked this stuff. A childish game, master, another voice agreed. It seemed to come from near the fire, but I couldn't see who was talking. Nico stared across the river. On the far shore was a black beach shrouded in haze. I recognized it. The underworld. Nico was camping at the edge of the river Styx. I failed, he muttered. There's no way to get her back. The other voice kept silent. Nico turned toward doubtfully. Is there? Speak! Something shimmered. I thought it was just the firelight, then I realized it was the form of a man. A wisp of blue smoke, a shadow. If you looked at him head-on, he wasn't there. But you looked out of the corner of your eye, you could only just make out his shape. A ghost. It has never been done before, the ghost said, but there may be a way. Tell me, Nico commanded. His eyes shined with a fierce light. An exchange, the ghost said. A soul for a soul. I've offered. Not yours, the ghost said. You cannot offer your father a soul he will eventually collect anyway. Nor will he be anxious for the death of his son. I mean a soul that should have died already. Someone who has cheated death.